the universe. It's your host, Jetty.
Hi, Jet Cadets. It's Jetty. We've got a great show for you tonight. Guest artist Jermaine Carter is going to be virtually breaking down the process of creating the animated intro for this episode. What apps are we using today? Blender, After Effects, and Adobe Character Animator. So stick around and learn some more stuff. But before we get into the video, we have a special message for today's sponsors. I'm going to need you to smash that like button, hit that bell to stay updated, and click that red subscribe button to become a Jet Cadet today. Please visit jETCOstudios.com for more information. And now, without any further ado, a music video breakdown by artist Jermaine Carter. These animations just don't make themselves, do they?
Yo, it was tough, okay? It was not easy to make this intro. I'm used to painting. I'm used to picking up a brush, getting a little bit of pigment on there, and just go crazy on the surface, okay? But with this animation stuff, you know, you have to really be patient with technology. Be patient with the programs you're using. And all these programs have to talk to each other as well. So it's really tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. But have I done animation before? Yeah. I animated before. Yeah, sure. I animated before. But when it comes to this computer stuff, it is difficult, okay? Art is all encompassing, okay? We are interdisciplinary artists. We make, okay? So we're not going to trip on what medium it is, okay? We are here for the art. And hopefully you guys stay along for that ride as well. So with that being said, let's get into breaking down the intro that you guys saw earlier. Now, in no means is this a tutorial. I do not have the capabilities or capacity to talk about this in the tutorial setting yet, okay? If you guys really like this content and you really mess with it and there's animators out here who wants to see that, please go ahead and let me know and tell me. But this is pretty much for entertainment and a little bit of educational purposes, okay? So let's go ahead and break that down. I'm about to get ready to share my screen with you all to get started. Okay, let's break this video down. I am going to time myself. I am a consistent king. I'm trying to be. And I'm going to time myself basically to break this down if I can do it in 6 minutes. Let's do this. So, 3, 2, 1. Let's break down the video. Boom. So, right here, we have a jETCO planet rig, okay? The jETCO planet is on a ball, and thank you for Brian for helping me out for this new logo that we made. This logo right here is my old one, but we revamped it to be into a new, nice, graphic, easier to manage style. What we have right now is a rig of our boy Jetty. Jetty is flying around on a paintbrush. His paintbrush helps him fly throughout this universe. We're going in here, we disappear, and Jamals are following us, or are we guiding them? Up to you. What we're doing right now is I'm showing Jetty. Look how scary he looks. Look at those chompers. And I really like his hair a lot. The eyes are really cool too. And I'm flying on this paintbrush. And as we can see, all these clouds right here are actually just flat image planes that are being put onto Blender. We can move those around as well. Okay, and we're flying, really cool, and the camera angles are going really crazy too, which I like a lot. And you can tell over here by that side on the left hand side, these are those flat images that are just clouds that are just being kind of construed and warped onto different axes, like the y-axis, the axis. I'm just moving them around as we go along, and you can tell they kind of look like little paper thin areas, which I'm really attracted to on Blender. Okay, and we're going in here and we're inside the studio realm. Again, those flat image planes can just be put on top of Blender in a 3D program, which I find is really nice and successful to show off a painter's work. Okay, and I'm moving that around. This is the studio realm. Okay, scrubbing through that, and here we're having That's So Raven moment, right, where Ray, you know, she thinks about the vision happening, and my vision is I'm a gallery artist and I want to show more galleries. I've shown in the Hirshhorn, I've shown in the arts and humanities, but I need to build up my resume and to have some more art inside of galleries as well as I'm making animations. That's the tough part. Interdisciplinary artists, we need to get it. Let's go. So right here we have a flat image in the background. The canvas is right here in the foreground, right in front of us, and we're zooming in as we go inside the eyeball. And again, this is the first Jetty rig I ever made inside of Blender. You can tell we have hair particles. I was really going crazy, but it was a little too uncanny for me. It kind of looked like those Mies characters that were in the early 2000s that we were playing around with, doing Soldier Boy dances to. And we're zooming in, scary. And as we're in here, we are inside of the gallery because, again, I want to be a gallery artist, which I am, and I'm working towards it, but I need to show more and get represented, okay? This is going to be the journey towards then. I'm bowing right here on the left-hand side. No, I'm clapping on the left-hand side while Jetty is bowing here, and we can see all the Jetties inside of the studio realm as we're moving over, okay? Right here is one of my favorite paintings right here. This is actually true to scale. It's a huge painting that I made at Cooper Union 2020, and I made this in the exploration of identity with Emily Manwaring. Oh my gosh, I'm losing time. Emily, I'm sorry. Emily Manwaring, Sydney Vernon, and also 11, okay? And we had this show together at Cooper Union, shout out. And right here, we're zooming past. Over here, we have some work, as you can see on the walls here. Philip Collins bought this work and acquired it from me for Good Black Arts. And Good Black Art is a really, really awesome Instagram. Go ahead, check it out. We have phenomenal artists over there, all crazy, great artists. And I'm so happy to be amongst them and call them my peers and just colleagues in general, making art crazy. And over here, we have one of my paintings that I also made in Cooper Union while I was studying there, called Super Sergeant Seance. We're not going to get into the lore right now. You're going to have to come back next week for that lore. And the lore is basically this Jamal is being sacrificed to create a super Jamal. That's all I'm going to talk about right now. And let's go back into it. And now we're zooming inside of the TV screen. And a lot of the time we have these powers from black heroes that are basically transmitting power, nature, through nature. And I believe that spiritually, black people are a lot of the time associated with nature. And like we have heroes like Static Shock, Black Lightning, who have these naturalistic powers. I want to do an essay a little bit later about why electricity is so prominent inside of black heroes. Really interesting to me. And we're zooming in here to one of the first auctions I had back in 2021, where we sold the first Super Jamal in jETCO Studios. The Super Jamal being Ghost Jamal in this case. We're zooming back out. And again, you can tell we're going back and forth inside of TV and inside of these frames, which is really canon inside the jETCO verse. And right here we have a mob of Jamal dancing in a crowd scene, a flash mob, if you will. We have a jETCO billboard right here. Follow us on all the socials as well, please. Thank you very much. And Jetty is flying past here, zooming out. We're going into this scene right here where all the J's are clapping. And we're going past here as well, where we see the mob of Jamals.
Wait, Reggie, he suggested that one of the Jamals should like wave back, and I was like, you know what? That would be kind of fire, bro. That'd be kind of fire. And that's me looking back and being like, nah, bro, I ain't waving at you, bro.
Jamal is waving at me. We don't mess with 12, so we're going to go ahead and move on. And we're going to crash, boom, right inside of the studio realm, where we're inside of this area I call the stew. And this is the stew where I kind of go back and just to think about work a little bit. On the outside here, we have a flat image plane. Who is she? I don't know. And all the J's are in here cranking to the music. Over here, we have some of my favorite paintings. Check it out. We have London, my sister, and she is put into power as this character, as a hero who has kyrokinesis. Kyrokinesis inside of this realm, inside of the painting, is basically strands of her hair lifting up basically this car. The keratin in her hair is so strong that she's able to control it and manipulate it and to pick objects up. Over here we have Popped Corn, one of my favorite animations that I made, all cell based, and some napkin drawings, a series that I make usually every October. And as we zoom in a little bit more and scrub through, we have a hoodie right here. The timer is stopped. We have 8 seconds left. Not bad, but I'm still going to speed run this. Let's freaking get it. Let's go. Okay, so we have the paintbrush right here, and we have the hoodie over there as well. The hoodie represents In the Stew, my first CG animation that I ever made, and one of the first songs that I produced and also rapped on, which is fire and is a banger, and I'll post that on my YouTube a little bit later this week. All right, and we have Rhonda running on the TV there too, as you can see. And we have some paintings in the background, some jETCO cards that I hand silk screen inside of Oscar Cornejo's class during Cooper Union. And they were really fire, they were really fun. And I painted those with printmaking techniques. Over here we have a painting that I showed in a Cooper Union exhibition during the summertime with Jamal's holding hands and Rhonda floating right there in the very top. And over here we have a painting as well that I made on my iPad too. And we're zooming out, and all the debris is floating past. It's just literally going right through Jetty. You can tell, bro. Animation, man. I'm kind of just doing it. And I'm an animator, so I'm just going to get things done, okay? That was my energy. I was like, I'm going to get things done. I'm not tripping about how it's going to look right now. I know we're going to get better with it, so we're going to go ahead and have that brick go right through him. Is he a phantom? Is he Danny Phantom? I don't know. He's kind of just phasing right there through the bricks. What a king. what a king Jetty is. And we're moving on, and we have Jetty right here. Look at that chin. That chin is very sharp, very angular, and we can tell we have the detail on the teeth there, those chompers. And over here we have another print that I really like a lot. This print right here is actually a collograph that I made. A collograph is basically where we have some where we have a plate that we can go on top of and put ink on, and then run that through a press with paper on top, and we can create a nice image by adding pigment on top of that on that plate. Okay, and we're scrubbing through some more. Jetty's going crazy. Look at those eyes. And now we have the rock star hands, as Jetty is a rock star in his universe, creating and painting, moving on, and we're bringing that down. We're scrubbing the camera through, and the episode starts, and boom. And that's it. That's the animation. That was a cool little speed run, because I know YouTubers be doing that a lot. Oh, 9 minutes, not bad. So everybody, that was it. That was the first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing more paintings on here so I can get into those galleries that I was talking about. We're going to, go crazy and get into that as well. Everybody, I'm rambling at this point. I love you guys. Thank you for checking out the jETCO Show episode 1. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for all the people helping me support. Shout out to London for the creative producer and executive assistant inside of this. Thank you. I love you. Shout out to my mother for putting my head on straight. Shout out to Zay for making all the crazy beats in here. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to everybody who I love. Shout out to all my supporters on there. Shout out to people who just mess with the work and who's here for a long time. And also shout out Brian for helping me out with the new logo inside of here too. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We're going to roll the credits. Love you, and I'll see you next week.